So I went to go see Wicked 2. I've never seen the first Wicked. Wicked 1. And I haven't seen the actual stage play. I've never seen it. Had no idea. I just know it's about Wizard of Oz. That's all I know. And so I'm going to judge this film as a standalone film. I don't think this film did not sell me on Wicked 1. Let's just watch the trailer. After playing this, should I just kind of go through the plot of the movie? Of what I think the plot is? All right, we'll watch the trailer and then I'll tell you what I think the plot is, having not seen the first one and not knowing the actual storyline.
As only you can.
Does that do what I think it does?
No.
No way!
Okay, this lady's a bitch, I know that. She's worse than the wizard, I bet, right? We'll get into her, but yeah. The lady from that Chinese time travel movie. What is it called again? Everywhere, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. It's a good movie. That was decent. That was a good film. But yeah, she's a cunt. Absolute horrendous bitch. I know that much. There's a lot I don't know. Every scene has everything, everywhere, all at once. It really is. There's like CG shit just being thrown in your face. Fucking set design being thrown in your face. And really it's just two people singing at each other's faces. You just disguise. They're trying to disguise that it's two people singing at each other's faces. It's like right in the beginning. This is how the movie starts. It's just every and she talks to a bear. Oh yeah, shit. I'm gonna put it in here now. If whatever. Spoilers. Most likely.
You can wave that wand all you want, but you have no real power.
I think I get it now. She finds real magic. They're all saying that they're magical beings and they're not. And they're using props to pretend to be magical beings. She finds real magic and they're scared of it. Is that the movie? Is that the first one? Am I close? No? Did you? She watched the original Broadway play. Also, I dragged this bitch out to fucking the second movie. She didn't see the first one. I was like, but you saw the play. So I had somebody here that experienced the movie without experiencing the first one with me. What's your review of the movie? Is it good?
Okay.
It's okay. I didn't like it. Am I close?
I'm a public figure now. People expect me to
Lie?
be encouraging.
I'll be honest, I was very lost during this scene. I was like, why are these animals caged up? Why is the Wizard of Oz like a really bad guy? He's like trapping animals? Why is he trapping? He just has them as fucking caged animals for no reason? Is he turning them into meat? What are you even using them for? You can tell me? No. Alright, I don't know what those animals are in the cages for. I was very lost during that scene. I was lost for a lot of the beginning. It's a very confusing film.
Talking bear.
There's a talking bear in the movie. That's right in the beginning too. Like the bears talk. Ooh, well, there's a cowardly lion in the beginning, but I thought he was a guy in a lion suit. And then they're like, no, CG lions, so CG bears that talk. And I'm like, right, okay, we have to accept this right away. Instantly, you have to accept that CG animals talk to you. In the first one, they probably set it up a little bit, be like, yeah, and then here's the forest with the animals, and then they slowly show you that they're talking to get you used to it. Here, I'm like, the bear's talking to Ariana Grande. Efelba? Is it Efelba? Efelba? I can't say it. What is it? Elphaba. I ate edibles before I saw this. I do have to say that, because I'm not going to that movie sober. And then it was very uncomfortable because people sat next to me. That was an experience. Yeah, there was a lady with her fucking phone on. That's also a review. This movie's not that good because the lady who's next to me had her fucking phone on for like 5 bits of the movie. She was sitting there, and then her son got up, and he's like, "Hey, mom!" And she's like, "Nah, nah, nah." And then he sat back down, but then he started dropping an item like 6 times, and they shushed him. And this kid's like fucking in his teenage years. He shouldn't be doing this at a theater. Yeah. Anyway, okay, so they trap animals in it. I'll get to the plot. Don't worry. Just bear with me. I'll lead you into what the film is. I'm just giving you my initial out of the theater reactions. I literally just got out of the theater.
You can't resist this.
Who could?
You know who could.
This guy is the prince or the king or something. He's a big noble type, and he's about to marry Ariana Grande. But he's super in love with, out of nowhere. They have not had scenes together, and then all of a sudden he's like, "I love her," and I was like, "The green lady? What did you do?" I didn't even see you guys talking to each other. All right. I had to accept that right away. That was interesting. But he's a terrible actor. It's like, this is what I noticed in the movie, is that like when you're doing a musical, you have to have like a lot of long shots with like choreography in the background, even set choreography. The set changes in a magical way. This is just like a lot of CG stuff with wires. In a live show, the wires work. You know, I guarantee there's a lot of wire. You told me there's wire work in the show. It must be amazing watching it. Here, I'm like, okay, that's a wire and CG animals in the background, and she's doing flips. I don't give a shit about her doing flips. Like 15 cuts in between the scenes of her singing. I'm like, well, clearly this is overdubbed. You're supposed to make me think that she's really singing. I saw some scenes. I'm not even kidding. Fucking prove me wrong. There are some scenes in this movie that her vocal cords aren't even working when she's singing. There's nothing here. When you sing and talk, there's a little bit of like veins coming out because your muscles moving here. There was some scenes where I was looking at Ariana Grande's neck because her neck is so fucking, you can see the whole bone structure of her neck and everything. I was looking directly at her neck. I was like, she don't look healthy, but she's also not projecting anything from her throat in some scenes.
Did you realize in the scene that they were talking about Elphaba?
Is it Elphaba?
Elphaba.
Elphaba. I was saying Elphaba. Okay, Elphaba and that guy are in love, and like that's out of nowhere. Straight up.
Well, it's not out of nowhere.
It is for me because I didn't see the first one. So when I went in and saw them, I was like, and like, why is he having a wedding and then he's in love with her all of a sudden? I was like, bro, there's tons of flowers there at the wedding. You're about to marry this bitch, and you're just like, actually, I love her. Like, what, did you think she was gone for a while or something? She's dead? You don't just do that at a wedding. You're a dick. He's a dick and a bad actor. That guy sucks. He's a scarecrow. He turns into the scarecrow at the end. Yeah, there's a lot of moments in the movie where like the Tin Man shows up, like monkey brain in me is like, yeah, I know that. Oh, it's a real suit. It kind of looks like the original. That's nice.
There's a house, and it's flying through the sky.
Okay, so this moment, she's with Dorothy. She brings Dorothy in with a fucking tornado that comes out of nowhere too. I'm like, where do you get in a tornado? And then they know it's her tornado all of a sudden. I was like, is she using black magic too? You know what I mean? This whole movie's about black magic. The Felpa's definitely using black magic. Come on. There has to be subtext for that somewhere. They're just like, yeah, we'll make her black. Black magic. But if you watch like a sequel, they should do like a little recap in the beginning too. Because like how many guys are being dragged by their fucking theater wife to go see this? Or like theater kids dragging their significant others to this, like, ugh. And they didn't drag him to the first one. If it's a slog if you didn't see the first one. it's cute because I'm like, things are getting thrown at me. He's like, oh, I get it. Like there's moments where I picked up on this myself. Nobody explained this to me. It's a nice like Blue's Clues episode if you go see it without seeing the first one. I like some songs if they weren't mixed the way they were and presented the way they were. There were some decent songs in there. I don't remember them.
I'm off to see the wizard.
Oh, that's the lion. You have the CG lion. They CG him. He barely ever talks. Did he talk in the first one? Like once? Because they didn't want to overstep the fucking guy that played the real lion, right? It's like, we can't really. People are going to compare it to him. So he's only in it for a second. Although the Tin Man, they made him look like a cunt. The Tin Man is a bad guy in this. That's what I've learned. And his fucking wife, or the girl the cripple girl, I think you told me that. No, I found out it was her sister when she died, when she like, go for her sister. And then the tornado came for her. And I was like, I'm glad she's dead. She sucked. She's the villain of the movie to me. Jeff Goldblum, the wizard, is a villain too, only because I saw the caged animals. Outside of that, I'm like, is he keeping peace? Let him lie to the people. And I saw the caged animals. I was like, oh, okay. These are not happy animals, and you're not doing any medical testing on them, and you're not eating them. So why are they in here? You're a bad guy. I don't even know why they're in there, but if you ain't doing things with them, is he having sex with them? What is he doing?
You notice a difference between those animals and the animals that were outside of the cage?
They're talking. The people? There's no midgets in this fucking movie. Also.
Stop this. It's gone too far. Elphaba. They're coming for you. Just look at me.
In Skeletor, the girl who plays Elphaba. She's actually a pretty good actress. Like, you can tell she's like, and she's belting the vocal, like on her pre-recorded vocals, which is fine. It's a movie. She fucking is a great singer, like great classically trained singer. And then like she's doing like the Broadway eye movement, like classically trained actress eye movement acting, which she's like acting out everybody out of the fucking park. You think Jeff Goldblum's gonna be like, oh, it's interesting, it's Jeff Goldblum, I'm an idiot. And then you look at Jeff Goldblum, this is a terrible performance. He's playing Jeff Goldblum. And he's supposed to be a bad guy. I'm like, it's Jeff Goldblum. Ugh. Okay, so Alphabet, that's an easier way to do it. Alphabet. She she like ruins the wedding. She's like, they're like home wreckers. Except for Ariana Grande, she ain't a home wrecker. She is a home wrecker because that tornado that caused her, she wrecked the home. Hey, did anybody put that together? There's probably 50 videos on YouTube being like, little things you didn't notice in the movie Wicked 2. Right? But like she's a real home wrecker in the movie because she told on, she got her Alphabet's sister killed, who is the Wicked Witch of the East. I figured that out. When the house came for her, I was like, she's in a wheelchair, she's going out. And I was like, oh.
And she's wearing the ruby slippers. You didn't recognize that early on?
I don't know when I figured it out. There's a scene in the movie where Alphabet's sister, who is crippled, she's in a wheelchair. And I was like, interesting. How did she get in a wheelchair? Wicked 1 probably told me how she got in the wheelchair, right? Did it happen in Wicked 1? Or was she just always in the wheelchair? I will never know. But she's in a wheelchair. And then she's like, fuck you, I'm a big cunt. And then Alphabet's like, hold on, I have a spell to lift up your shoes in the air so you can feel like you're walking for a minute, but you're really not. And then she's like, I'm so excited. And then like this guy that leaves her out of nowhere, that's the Tin Man. The Tin Man, before he becomes the Tin Man, he's like, hey, I don't love you. And I was like, I mean, that's a hard deal. She's crippled. Like, he has to deal with the wheelchair. And like, I get it. It's like, I'm not signing up for this. So I was like, he's a terrible actor, but I get that he's not signing up for that. It's like, you need a certain type of person that wants to, do that with you. I don't know how to say it nice, but he's like, I don't want to be with you. And then she's like, fuck you. And she goes to the black magic book that is causing all of the issues, I think. This black magic book that Alphabet has is the main issue. It's the big catalyst of everything, I think. Is that a correct assumption? I assume.
I never thought of it that way.
And I'm trying to figure the movie out. I sat there trying to figure this movie out. The girl turns the guy into Tin Man because she's like a bitch. She's like, you won't love me. I'm in a wheelchair. It's fucking 2020, whatever. Fuck you. And then she's like, in your magic book, Alphabet, I'm going to make him love me. And she's like, no, dangerous. This book caused all the issues of my problem, but I'm still using it for some reason. But so she runs and uses the book, right? And then she's like, I want his something. And all of a sudden he's like, oh, my heart. It feels like it's shrinking. And I was like, ugh. I kind of felt they make the heartbeat sound. I'm like, I'm too high for this. This fucking heart attacks are scary. That got to me. But then I was like, oh, he's losing his heart. I didn't notice he was gonna be the Tin Man until he came out. Actually, I didn't notice it when the metal hit him. I was like, I don't know what's going on in there. And then he came out as, no, it's Tin Man. Once he comes, I didn't catch that. It's very hard to catch the little things because I'm trying to figure out a lot at one point. Don't judge me on that. That little fucking girl, because she wanted him to love him, she goes through the spell book and just starts saying nonsense words that turns him in, that like destroys his heart. Alphabet has to come in and save him, turn him into a fucking Tin Man because he has no heart. It's like made of tin. I don't know how that makes sense, but I accepted it. And then the girl's like, oh, I'm so mad at you, Alphabet. It's like, bitch, you were the fucking one that fucking got out of your wheelchair. Did she get out of her wheelchair? I think she did. She like crawled to it or something like that too at one point. She's the one that read it. And then all of a sudden she's like being a bitch to Alphabet for saving the guy, essentially. And then he's mad at her for saving him. You watched that fucking girl that you left fucking kill you. And you're mad at the girl that didn't do that. Okay, so then the movie ends with Afelba's alive with the scarecrow guy. And they're like, we're still in love. And he's like, I'm ugly. She's like, yeah. But you're uglier than me now. So now I believe you when you said I was not ugly because I'm way prettier than you now. So what do we want to go into the plot? What I think the plot is, because I haven't seen the first one. I'll say that again. If you're just coming in now, I don't know. Okay, so what I think the plot is, we open with Elphaba. Yeah, so Elphaba goes in, there's a big party in the beginning. It's like a lavish party and it's just throwing bullshit at your face. Like, look at the CG and the sets. And it's like, okay, I don't know what's going on. I'm lost, right? I'm lost. It takes me a good while to get used to what I'm saying and trying to put things together. Elphaba's like, oh, I didn't mean to magic something bad magic to the wizard's mad at me. and everybody's mad at me. And it's like racism. I don't know. Is it race chick? She's green. It probably has something to do with it. I don't know. Yeah, or not. I don't know. But anyway, everybody's mad at her for using black magic. Then she's talking to animals, and she's like, "Hey, what's up?" And they're like, "Did you do the thing with the magic that's bad in the first movie?" And she's like, "Yeah." And they're like, "We're leaving. We're getting out of here." So it must have been bad. It was probably really bad what she did. I don't know. Somebody die? I don't know. I'll never know. Okay. So, oh god, a lot of things happen in this movie. I had to really pay attention to feel this together. Okay. This is so stupid. Oh, it's like a pop quiz. What happens in the movie? Shit. Okay. So the animals leave and they're bad. And they're mad at her. And I was like, oh, there's flying monkeys. And that's a thing in the first movie. Not the first movie, probably the first movie too, but the first Wizard of Oz. The original that has better music. I remember those songs. But okay, so the animals leave and they're like, and Elphaba's like, everybody hates me. And her suit looks like shit. So I was trying to figure out, because I was like, you lived a normal life before. So did the magic thing burn her suit? You're not going to tell me. I think some magic shit she did in the first movie burned her suit, so now she looks extra like, ooh, scary witch, and she probably looked more normal in the first one. I gathered that. Nobody had to tell me that. I was like, that suit was not burned in the first one. Ariana Grande is talking about her wedding the whole time, so she's getting married to this like really vanilla guy that like is terrible at singing at the camera. And they're gonna get married, and then Elphaba's like has to leave society, and she like looks at all the monkeys a lot, and she's like, they're like. And I'm like, that's something. There's something going on there. And I know that because in the original Wizard of Oz, the monkeys were on her side. So the monkeys are like, we get it. Where people treat us like shit. Like, yeah, okay, racism. And then she's like, I'm gonna go get the wizard. Cause fuck him. He's a liar. And I know he's a liar because I know the ending of the original Wizard of Oz. So I'm like, but in my head, I'm like, that's cute. Really? Oh, is it really bad that he's lying to society to make them not hate each other and there's only one person on the planet that's trying to kill fucking everybody? Also, she says in the fucking first Wizard of Oz, the original, she's like, I'll get your dog too. So like, she hates, canonically, she hates animals. And they didn't, when did that scene happen? We're supposed to think Dorothy is just this innocent, like she's actually like a bad part of this. It's like, bitch, you were trying to kill her dog for no reason at all. Because the house fell. She didn't put the house on your fucking sister.
But it was her.
Not her problem. She wasn't flying the house. You crashed into my sister. It's like, no, this house got in the air somehow besides me. I'm a little girl. So yeah, and then she talks to, in the beginning, they talk to the Munchkins who aren't midgets. When I found out, they were like, yeah, Munchkin Land. We're from Munchkin Land, assuming we're Munchkins. And I was like, that? I remember looking at you like, they're supposed, I signed up for midgets. I forgot Munchkins were in it in the beginning because I was trying to figure out how the talking bear, are we just doing talking bears and squirrels? That's where I thought we were at. I was like, I forgot Munchkin Land. And then all of a sudden they're like, this is Munchkin Land. I'm like, it's not. It's a bunch of redheads. So there's no midgets in it, which I'm like, are they digitally made to be smaller like Lord of the Rings? Or is that in the first one? They need to be smaller. They're supposed to be like, be able to kick them and shit. They like roll around. Like, that's fun. This is just, they're redheads. Like, oi, did you hate her? Were you friends with the witch? Like, that's not a munchkin. The munchkin's like, buddy, what are you doing? Don't roll me down the river. Peter Dinklage should have been in this movie. He should have been the lead munchkin, like, leading a war. It would have been great. It would have been, like, this amazing role. He's, like, doing the eye acting like Elphaba does. You know what I mean? Imagine that. It's like, the Munchkin War, man. And you have to digitally make his voice go, because he won't do it himself, but after, have a little thing in the contract that makes it so that we can digitally make his voice. Yeah. Put Peter Dinklage in all the Munchkin roles. Every Munchkin should be a different Peter Dinklage. Some with no beard. Some are women. Some are children. All Peter Dinklage. I saw Toxic Avenger recently. I was like, he should be in the fucking... Is he going to be in the new Wizard of Oz too? Toxic Avenger, a better movie than this. Okay, so she goes and sees the wizard, and Wizard's like, hey, I'm a charismatic guy, and I'm not lying to the people. Well, I am lying to the people. And she's like, you're lying to them. You need to stop. And then he's like, how about we both lie to them? And then she's like, and then Ariana Grande shows up and says, how about we all lie to them? And then she's like, we should lie to them too. And they're all like happy, and there's like weird, there's some cool scenes. Like there was like a moment where they were like talking and floated through something, and I was like, one good shot. There's a couple places where there's some really good shots here and there, but like the rest of the movie's like edited to shit, where it's like 15 cuts in the middle of the thing. But like there were some good shots in that one, and then they're like all good, right? And then she's like, well, you have to release the monkeys. And I was like, that's the flying. I knew that. I was like, the flying monkeys from the first movie. They're gonna defend her at some point, and they're gonna cause issues. She finds all these animals in cages, and she's like, this is fucked up. And then all of a sudden they let him out, and it destroys Ariana Grande's like expensive ass flower ridden wedding. And I was like, oh yeah, the wedding's happening. She's marrying this guy that has not talked throughout the whole movie. He has not said anything, I think. And then he starts singing like right away. And so the first time I see this guy that's marrying her, I was like, oh, he's like a noble. He doesn't say anything. And then a bunch of animals that Elphaba, getting it, lets all the animals loose, and they happen to run through her wedding and destroy it. And then she's like, oh, and then this is the part where Ariana Grande does not stop crying for like 90 minutes. The next, after that scene, she just is just in tears the rest of the movie. And I was like, and then the guy comes out, he's like, actually, I don't want to marry Ariana Grande. I want to marry Elphaba. And I was like, I don't know, something happened in the last movie that I didn't see. This came out of nowhere for me. I was completely like, why? He's like, I want to marry you. And she's like, oh. And I'm like, I'm with you, Ariana. Why? What do you... You can't just set up a wedding and then monkeys and animals ruin it. And then all of a sudden, I actually want to marry this bitch who let loose the fucking animals that... And then he's like, he turns into a monster. It's like really gross at that point. Because then he leaves with her, and Ariana Grande's like... Ah. Even that's cold for even like the biggest cold guy. He's like, that's fucking cold. They're not the same day, man. So they go off together and fuck. And they sing at each other's faces awkwardly. He's terrible. He's terrible at singing at her. He's looking at her, oh! I was like, whoa, brother. And she's like, really, she had to work her ass off to like keep that not as goofy. It was goofy, but she made it not as goofy. When she's like, yeah, get to her close up. You could tell the editors were like, go on her. She's actually acting. There was like it was like a dolly shot, a lot of digital effects, but like the dolly shot came in on them and they're together, and then all of a sudden they're floating away and the dolly comes away. I was like, hey, that was an excellent shot. It was really well done. See, I'm not a complete curmudgeon. I enjoyed some scenes. I was like, hey. So anyway, they go off and have sex, and then she's like, I'm ugly. And he's like, no, you're not ugly. And that comes in later because he's going to become really ugly. Like if they thought she was ugly, which she's not, she's like green. We've seen Star Trek. We're okay with fucking green women. So anyway, yeah, they leave, and then they're like, we're gonna fucking, everybody sucks. We're gonna get out of here. And I was like, where did this come from, guy? All of a sudden he's like a vigilante or something like that. He just goes on the run. I had everything. The whole Munchkin Land was gonna show up to my wedding with this girl, and then fuck you guys. We're gonna get out of here. We're gonna get. You're like, whoa, guy. That came out of nowhere. We're gonna fuck it. No, fuck them. Just us. And I was like, whoa. And she's like, yeah. What's his deal? And then she's like, the wizard is like, she almost fucked me over. She was gonna tell everybody that I'm not a real god. And then the Chinese lady comes out and she's like, she's like the real evil one. And she's like, we'll do something with her. And then all of a sudden Ariana Grande was like sitting there like, you can get at her sister. Yeah, fuck her. Fuck her to death. The lady creates a fucking tornado with black magic. And then and then this is when once I saw the tornado, I was like, is there gonna be a house in that? Are they go? Because I didn't know that they were actually gonna do. I thought it was a full prequel. That's how much I know about the fucking movie. I thought it was gonna be a full prequel, and at the end you were gonna see Dorothy, and it'd be like, oh, this is the beginning of the Wizard of Oz. But then all of a sudden Dorothy shows up, like, oh, we all go. Monkey brain kicks in. I know that, and I'm like, the movie ain't over yet, so we're gonna see what happens on the other side. So then I plotted together the movie where I was like, okay, the idea of the musical in the first place. The idea of the musical is, wouldn't it be fucking funny and cool if all the shit that happened in Wizard of Oz and we don't touch it really on the end piece. We don't redo any scenes or recast. Well, we're recasting people, but like we don't redo any of the classic scenes in it. And all this crazy melodrama is happening in the background. And that's what the musical is about. And then you don't see Dorothy. You don't hear those songs. Those songs are better songs. You're like, oh, it's a misunderstanding. That's the whole movie. It's all a misunderstanding. So the Chinese lady sends a tornado over to go get her sister, which is the cripple girl that got the guy killed, essentially. The guy that he didn't want to marry her. She killed him with the black magic book. So like, fuck her. So like, I was like, oh, and then there's a scene where she's sitting there in the wheelchair, And she's like, "Oh, tornado!" And I was like, "That's the Wicked Witch of the East." And I was thinking they were gonna do the scene where her fucking when the house is on top of her and her fucking feet curl up. They didn't do that, but it's because the shoes are magical. The shoes are magical. So if she did take them off, we're assuming that they would roll up because Elphaba did something really bad actually, because she said her feet were burning when she made her feet go flying in the air with those shoes. She was like, "My feet are burning," and I was like, Elphaba's gonna accidentally burn her feet off, and she's gonna be super cripple. And then it didn't happen. She's like, "I'm lying." I was like, "Aren't your feet burning?" So yeah, so the house falls on her, and then we're like, "Oh, Dorothy's coming," and like, are we gonna see that? No, we don't. We see like animation shadows of like, it's Judy. What's her name? The girl from the first one. Yeah, the girl who plays Dorothy.
Oh, Judy Garland.
Judy Garland. It's like it's a little Judy Garland. We digitally tried to make her. So they don't show her face. I thought that was pretty cool that they don't show her face. And in the musical, I assume they do something even like really clever of not showing her, but you get the joke of like we're not supposed to see her. So yeah, and then the house falls under, and Elphaba's like, "My sister died." I don't remember how she found out. I think a monkey told her. No, the monkeys don't talk until the end. Yeah, she's like, "My sister," after fucking the guy. They're like naked together or something like that. And he's like, "I would do anything for you." And she's like, "My sister's dead." And he should be like, "He was kind of a cunt." It wasn't that cool. She got a guy killed. But that's when I went to go piss, because it's like a lot of Ariana Grande singing alone, not really memorable songs. And then I had to go to the bathroom. I had to piss so bad. And when I went to go see Running Man, I had to pee like halfway through the movie, and I was like, I need to see. I was so invested. You were too. You're like, I had to pee so bad, but I wanted to see what happened. So I was like, I can piss here. I went to go pee. Ariana Grande's still singing, and then all of a sudden they get together, and she's talking to Elphaba. So Alphabet is singing with her, and they're singing each other. "We are actually cool together. Sorry about your sister," or something. I missed some of that song, but that's what it had. "Sorry about your sister. Sorry, misunderstanding." Da, 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 da. And they're singing right at each other's faces, like really close, and it's super goofy. And they stare at each other for a long time. It's uncomfortable. But yeah, so anyway, they get back together, and then they go up to the wizard. And then essentially what happens is Dorothy goes and does the thing that the whole town convinced her. "Hey, the Tin Man doesn't have a heart because of Elphaba's magic. Hey, the Scarecrow," we didn't see what happened with him. But anyway, oh yeah, the guy gets captured. He pulls a gun. This is the guy that escapes and fucks over Ariana Grande's wedding, takes a gun and puts it at Ariana Grande. Like, let Elphaba go, because Elphaba's about to get like manhandled by a bunch of people. They're like, "We're gonna kill her." And then the guy's like, "I'll fucking kill Ariana Grande." And it's like, you literally just broke this lady's heart, like on her wedding day, and you're putting a gun at her now? And then she forgives him after. It's like, don't forget, he's a piece of shit. All of a sudden, all you see is like her and Ariana Grande, the Elphaba and Ariana Grande, like singing at each other, like, "I'll miss you forever. I'll miss you too," for like 10 minutes. Yeah, so then they sing, and then all of a sudden you see in the shadow Dorothy pouring water on her, which kills her. They didn't explain it in the first. Did they explain it in the first one that why water kills her? Because I think in the original Wizard of Oz they don't. So I'm okay with them not explaining it in the movie that I saw, which is this one only. So they kill her, and I was like, "Oh, she's dead." I actually believed she was dead. I was completely like, I was really high at that point. I was like burnt out, and I was like, "She's dead. It's almost over now." And then they like the Ariana Grande plays with the bubbles, and she goes up to the wizard. "That was your daughter, actually. This fucking bottle that I've never seen." I didn't know what that was. Like when the witch like melts, and it's just like her fucking hat is right there because everything else melted. Like Ariana Grande goes up and picks up a bottle that's under it, and it's a green bottle. No, the monkey gives it to her. I didn't pay attention. I don't know why is the monkey in her a bottle. I wasn't paying attention to that plot detail. He's in her a bottle. Okay, what does this mean? I'm trying to figure out other things. I'm trying to figure out the rest of the plot. And I didn't pay attention to that. Sorry, guys. So there's a bottle in the ground. What's that about? And then at the end, they're like, "Wizard, actually, it was your daughter. You fucked this bitch that had this bottle that you remember." I put that together. You remembered her because they show you the scene. And he's like, and then they show his past. He sees the bottle. He's like, "That was my daughter the whole time. I got her killed." And then it goes into like his view of him with this bitch. She wasn't green, by the way. She was just black. And he was white. So I don't know how she became green. Did she become green in the first one, or was she just born green? Who knows? We'll never know. So she finds the bottle in the hat, and I was like, "What's that bottle about?" And I forgot. I was like, "That's the bottle of her." She in the first one, she'd be like, "These are my memories." Then I thought it was over. She's dead. That's the bottle. And I was like, really, like, are they going to scientifically? And for a second, I was like, they're going to scientifically like see there's a little bit of her left in this and pour it on the ground and like, or like some magical thing and bring her alive again. No, It's not as dumb as that. But I thought it was going there. I was gonna be like, the bottle, she's still in the bottle. It was like a scene when she had blood in her bottle, put a soul in the bottle, and they're gonna, she's actually alive. I actually thought that was gonna happen. I don't know. This movie was like fantasy bullshit. I was like, anything's possible here. They're not really establishing the rules too well. Or at least in the second one. Maybe they established a lot in the first one. I didn't see it. They find the bottle and then they bring it to the wizard and they're like, this bottle that she always carried around, this is the lady that you fucked. That's your daughter. And then he remembers, and you see a terribly CG'd younger AI younging face of what's his, I almost said Jeff Daniels. Jeff Goldblum. And it's very awkward. They like tried to stay away from the camera. Like, yeah, I was like, just don't do that. That was a very awkward scene where you see young Jeff Goldblum digitally and you're like, that ain't it, guys. And then she's like, you get the fuck out of here forever. And then you see the end of the actual Wizard of Oz. He's like, bye, guys. I figured out that I have to leave now. And really, he's like, yeah, then he leaves. And then she confronts the Chinese lady, Michelle Yeoh. That's her name. She confronts Michelle Yeoh. And she was like, Academy Award winner, Michelle Yeoh. And then she's like, I didn't do anything that bad. And she's like, how did she resolve her thing? Hold on, let me remember. She was like, you're going to be in a cage forever. I was like, what does that mean? I didn't know what that meant. I was like, were the animals human at one point? And they turned them into, was that it? Yeah, and then Michelle Yeoh is going to be in a cage forever somehow. I don't know. That was weird. I was like, you can't lock her in a cage. And then all of a sudden, Ariana Grande comes out, and then she like looks at the magic book or something like that. The magic book starts flipping, and it's like Ethelba comes out of the instead of her melting, there was like a trick locked door there, and she comes out. She's like, oh. And then the guy that fucked over all the wedding and pointed a gun at Ariana Grande is now, because he was going to get killed, and she tried to save him with magic. She turned him into the Scarecrow, and then I saw, oh, it's Scarecrow. That actually happened. I was like, hey. I didn't know that was going to happen. I was like, yeah, they did them all. Why wasn't he with Dorothy? They didn't plug in things correctly, even in the musical. I'm like, if you're going to do this, you should try to plug in all of the things exactly so that the illusion is that movie happened exactly like it was. That's my only issue with it, is that like it should have happened exactly like it was. Figure that out and then have this like melodrama in the background. That's an interesting thing. So that's my issue. I'm like, it would have been harder work, but try to plug in everything. You know what I mean? Make that work. A lot of this revolves around if you've seen Wizard of Oz or know the story of Wizard of Oz. If I didn't even know that, I'd be very confused. If I didn't see the first Wizard of Oz, I'd be like, what is even happening right now? That helped me plug in all the things, because we all know this, right? We're assuming every human on planet Earth has seen the Wizard of Oz or knows the story of Wizard of Oz. But here, imagine if you didn't know, and who the fuck is this little girl? Where'd the house come from? What is this? So anyway, that's the movie. Did I like it? No. Go see The Running Man. That's my review of Wicked 2. Go see The Running Man. Give that movie money. That's going to be a cult classic. People are going to forget about Wicked 2 in like 10 years. But in 10 years, somebody's going to show somebody fucking, be like, dude, did you see The Running Man remake? And it's going to be years later when people aren't invested in what an Edgar Wright movie is or what they wanted the movie to be based on the trailer, and they're just going to see it blind and be like, that was fucking awesome. That's my review. So how much did I get right, just number wise? How much did I get right? How much did I get wrong? Was I close?
About half.
I got half of it right. See that?
A little less than half.
What's my review of Wicked 2? I recommend going and see Running Man. And the best part of Wicked 2 was that I got a free Running Man poster when I left. I saw the posters. There's a bunch of these and nobody grabbed them. There were so many. And I was like, I went to the guy and I was like, are these free? Or you asked if they were free? The guy was like, yeah. And I took 3.